Right now, you keep losing not because you're weak, but because you're using the wrong animal in the wrong room. You roar where a whisper wins. You scheme where a strike was needed. You act like a lion among traps and like a fox among wolves. That's how kingdoms fall, not from lack of power, from mistimed power. He wrote something colder. Be both and know exactly when to switch. Most people quote the line. Almost no one understands the timing. Strength without timing is theater. Cunning without timing is paranoia. Timing is power. You want to be feared? They want you predictable. You want to be respected? They want you readable. The room will always try to drag you to one mode. All fox so they can drown you in questions and pull you into detail. They don't care what animal you are. They care that it's the wrong one. So we begin with a harsh sentence. If they can predict your mode, they can price your throne. You've been broadcasting your mode before you enter. Fast voice, lion. Eager explanations, fox. Open calendar, fox. Instant decisions to calm your nerves, lion. They see you coming. They set the bait. They set the trap. It was timing. Here's the cold geometry. The fox protects you from snares. The lion protects you from wolves. Snares are subtle. Paper, politics, process. Wolves are obvious. Deadlines, force, crowding. If the floor is wires, you don't stomp. If the forest is eyes, you don't tiptoe. Most people do the opposite. They go lion on paper. They go fox on teeth. You argue with contracts like a beast that can't read. You whisper around aggressors like a mind that can't bite. It's not a character flaw. It's a training flaw. You were trained to be one thing, loud and decisive to look strong, or clever and nuanced to look smart. You became a caricature. Caricatures get conquered. So we will train you to switch, but not with slogans, with signals, because the room is speaking before anyone opens a mouth. It always is, and if you miss the language, you pay. Read these 4 signals the moment you enter. They tell you the animal you need. 1. Trap density. Are there paperwork loops, vague scopes, shifting criteria? Is the meeting titled Quick Sync with a 5-page agenda? Are they asking for your process before a deposit? High trap density? Go fox first. Map, question, delay decisions, narrow scope, secure terms. No trap density? Fewer papers, clear outcomes? The danger is probably teeth. Save your breath. You'll need bite. 2. Teeth exposure. Are there hard deadlines, public stakes, performance on display? Do people interrupt, anchor prices, threaten to walk? Are they stacking urgency on your lap? Teeth exposed? Go lion. Short, final, binary choices, paid speed. No teeth yet? No clock, no crowd, no pressure? The danger is in what you don't see. That's fox territory. 3. Power asymmetry. Who can end this meeting? Whose yes actually moves the world? If you're up against someone who can cut your oxygen, fox gets you to the point where your oxygen grows. If you are the oxygen, lion prevents dilution by 100 small asks. 4. Horizon. Is this a one-shot decision or a sequence of gates? One shot favors lion. Gated sequences favor fox. Gates must be opened with keys, not claws. Trap density, teeth exposure, power asymmetry, horizon. Say them until they become bone. You won't get a second to check your notes when the room heats up. You will want a shortcut. Here it is. Definition, fox. Dominance, lion. Definition tests are about what and how. What are we buying? What's in scope? How do we decide? How do we pay? You do not roar at definition. You narrow. You question. You postpone commitment until the edges are stone. Dominance tests are about who and when. Who leads? Who sets the price? When do we start? When does this end? You do not outwit dominance with a paragraph. You decide. You enter. You close. If you roar at definition, you pay later in blood. If you finesse at dominance, you pay now with your throne. So we tune your mouth and your body for each beast. Fox voice is soft, slow, and surgical. Fox speaks in questions that slice bait from meat. Every fox question forces truth. Truth collapses traps. And fox body? Stillness that implies you are recording, not performing. Head tilt. Pen steal. Silence that makes them explain their own trick. Fox wins by letting others talk too much. Lion voice is low, final, and short. Lion speaks in decisions and trade-offs. Rush rate or standard date. That's phase 2 or an add-on. Lion body? Slow movements. No flinch at interruption. No chase after silence. Stand when you end it. Leave like the decision is gravity, not opinion. You've been blending these by accident. We will separate them on purpose. You will practice each like a foreign language until your nervous system can swap tongues in a breath. Let's be brutal about the mistakes that cost you most. Mistake 1, lion on paper. You accept "we'll figure it out" to look bold. You win momentum. You lose months. Fox would have saved you with 3 questions and a boundary. Mistake 2, fox on teeth. They anchor low, interrupt, set artificial fires. You ask clever questions and try to be liked. Wolves eat clever. Lion would have shut it down in 1 line. We can reduce scope to match your budget or keep scope at my rate. Mistake 3, one mode identity. You think being consistent means being the same animal always. Consistency is not sameness. Consistency is rule. Always use the right animal for the room. That's the only consistency that keeps thrones. Mistake 4, switching late. You wait until you're cornered to become lion. You wait until you've offended someone to become fox. Switching late is still switching. But you paid retail for a lesson you could have bought wholesale. Mistake 5, explaining the switch. You narrate why you're changing tone. Fox does not announce he smelled a trap. Lion does not explain why he ended the meeting. You switch and the room learns the new weather. You want drills because theory dies in heat. Good. Drills make identity automatic. Drill, 10-second read. Every room, every call, every DM. Trap density, teeth exposure, power asymmetry. Horizon. Say the answers out loud in your head. Choose beast. Breathe once, enter. Drill, fox 5. If they won't answer, it's not a conversation. It's camouflage. Drill, lion 3. Say them to a wall if you must. Your voice needs to believe you before the room will. Yes, but not in one breath. Fox maps, then lion moves. Fox clarifies scope, money, risk, power. Lion sets terms, dates, endings. Fox asks, lion answers. If you answer before you ask, you end up enforcing the wrong thing. If you ask after you answer, you look shaky. Order matters. Map, then move. Machiavelli understood appearances. He knew courts loved the fox's face and feared the lion's hands. He taught rulers to appear gentle while keeping their laws sharp and near. You will appear approachable, but your terms will be stone. You will appear flexible, but your mission will not bend. You will appear generous, but your treasury will never be open to raids. That is not hypocrisy. That is architecture. You will meet people who preach authenticity as if power is a mood. Authenticity without timing is a confession. Save it for your journal. Give the room what the room respects. Fox when there are traps, lion when there are teeth. Let's carve a small script for your first switch under fire. Silence. If they refuse to reveal budget, Lion ends it kindly. We share process after deposit. My openings are Tuesday 2 or Thursday 10. Then Lion sets the trade. Speed is available at the rush rate. Silence. Let them pick the pain. Then Lion. We don't do unscoped work. That's an add-on or phase 2. Notice the rhythm. Fox makes the invisible visible. Lion makes the visible final. You will feel the old identity fight you. It will want to be liked. It will want to be fast. Speed without read is how you step on wires. Likability without law is how you feed wolves. You are not becoming colder. You are becoming calibrated. People don't follow truth, they follow gravity. Gravity is not a speech. It's a sequence. Read, decide, enforce, end. Every correct switch adds weight to your presence. Every wrong switch takes weight away. You will not be perfect. You will be practiced. When you misread, admit nothing in the room. Switch clean. Fix in the aftermath. Raise the price you charge yourself for late reads. 1 hour of review. 1 page of postmortem. 1 policy tightened. You are turning animals into a discipline. A sovereign with 2 masks and 1 law. Remember the fastest test. Definition needs fox. Dominance needs lion. And the deeper test. If they are vague, it's a trap. If they are loud, it's a fight. You don't diffuse traps by roaring. You don't win fights by charming. From this moment, you will stop playing one animal and start commanding both. In the next part, you'll get the switch protocol in full. The 10-second room scan, the 5 fox questions that collapse traps, the 3 lion sentences that end games, and the exact micro cues, breath, pitch, posture, that flip your mode without warning the room. Watch closely. You wanted the animals. You need the switch. Power is not in being clever or being strong. Power is in changing masks faster than they can price you. Here is the switch protocol. Simple, cold, uncomfortable, unbeatable when enforced. 10 seconds. That's all you get when a room opens. Second one, breathe out first. Slower heart, slower eyes. The fast man is already losing. Second 2, scan for traps. Vague scopes, quick sync with a 5-page agenda, requests for your process before a deposit, multiple stakeholders with no single signer. That's wire on the floor. Fox. Second 3, scan for teeth. Hard deadlines, public stakes. Interruption as a sport. Lowball anchors tossed with a smile. That's breath that wants to live off your panic. Lion. Second 4, find the oxygen line. Who can end this meeting? Who can open the gate? Whose yes moves funds? If the oxygen sits far from you, Fox buys you air. If you are the oxygen, Lion prevents siphons. Second 5, find the horizon. Is this a one-shot decision or a chain of approvals? One shot prefers Lion. Chains prefer Fox. Second 6, test your bias. What animal does your ego want to be right now? Pick the opposite. Your ego is a snare that looks like courage. Second 7, choose your instrument. Questions or verdicts. Fox opens with knives made of questions. Lion opens with decisions that sound like weather. Second 8, set your tempo. Fox slows to listen them into confession. Lion slows to make time obey. Second 9, choose your first line. If it's a definition room, ask 1 surgical question. If it's a dominance room, deliver 1 irreversible decision. Second 10, commit. Do not wobble. Do not narrate your choice. Switch clean. The room will learn the new weather. You'll forget under heat. So here are the bones you can grab with a burned hand. Ask. Stop. Hold silence long enough to feel rude. Let them reveal their own wires. Fox. Wins by making the invisible visible. Traps lose power in daylight. Add these when teeth keep pushing. That's phase 2 or an add-on. Lion wins by making visible things final. Wolves hate endings. You don't need 20 phrases. You need 5 you can say with a pulse of stone. Now the micro cues that let you switch without wanting the room. Fox body. Head still. Eyes soft but unblinking. Pen down unless you are writing exact nouns. Jaw loose. Breath long on the exhale. Voice slightly lower than normal. Paced at 1/3 slower than comfort. End each question flat. No rising question mark that begs for approval. Silence after each answer like you are recording for court. Fox mouth. Short, surgical, specific. Lion body. Shoulders quiet. Hands minimal. Turn your head, not your torso. Exhale before the first word. Every sentence lands like a door closing. Stand when you end it. Leave without extra breath. Lion mouth. No hedges, no softeners. Verbs first, nouns next. Full stop. Remember the order. Fox maps, lion moves. Fox asks, lion answers. If you answer before you ask, you enforce the wrong thing. If you ask after you answer, you look like you're negotiating with yourself. You want examples that live outside theory. Take them. Scenario 1, procurement maze. They invite you to a quick run-through of your process before payment. 8 people on the call, no signer. If budget and signer are ghosts, lion ends it gently. We share process after deposit. Openings are Tuesday at 2 or Thursday at 10. Scenario 2, sales call with a low anchor. They say, "We love you. We can reduce scope to match your budget or keep scope in my rate." Silence. Let them feel price. Scenario 3, public panel. Moderator interrupts, another guest talks over you. We're off topic. The answer is A. You don't need the last minute. You need the last word to stand upright. Scenario 4, team politics. A colleague tries to route decisions around you with side DMs. Fox, to the room, not the DM. Decisions resolve at the source. Who owns this? End early. Teach once. Scenario 5, career ask. Your manager wants stretch responsibilities without title or comp. Lion, I'll accept the scope with the title and comp or keep the current scope. Scenario 6, personal boundary. A friend wants a quick favor that eats your Saturday. Lion, I don't do unscoped favors. I'm open Tuesday at 2 or Thursday at 10. You see the rhythm. Map, then move. If they won't map, you won't move. You will still misread sometimes. Switch late, but switch clean. And pay yourself for the mistake with a policy you can't ignore. Late switch fee. To you, from you. 1 page of postmortem. 1 added clause in your terms. 1 drill added this week. If you don't charge yourself, you'll keep paying in time. The most common failure you'll face is one-mode worship. You'll meet lions who crush meetings and bleed on paper. You'll meet foxes who smell every trap and die at the door. You will not worship animals. You will worship outcomes. And outcomes love one discipline: correct mode, correct time, correct enforcement. Let's wire drills that make the switch automatic. Drill, 10-second scan reps. Before every call, timer for 10 seconds. Whisper to yourself. Traps, teeth, oxygen. Say your animal choice out loud. Enter. Drill, Fox 5 rehearsal. Write your 5 questions on a card. Ask them in a mirror with flat endings and 5 seconds of silence after each. If you can't hold the silence alone, you won't hold it in a room. Drill, Lion 3 line. If you can't say them without apology to a wall, don't expect to say them to wolves. Drill, micro cue flip. 2 breaths to swap modes. Fox to lion. Exhale twice, drop pitch 1 note, cut sentence length in half. Lion to fox. Inhale slow, soften pace, ask 1 noun-heavy question. Drill, ending reps. End 1 thing early per week. A call that drifts, a thread that refuses to die, a quick favor that masks a project. Endings teach your nervous system that nothing explodes when you close a door. You asked for the misused lesson. Here it is in modern clothes. The world quotes Machiavelli to excuse cruelty. That's ignorance. He wrote about custody: custody of the treasury, custody of the throne, custody of the law. Your treasury is time and terms. Your throne is mission. Your law is standard. The fox protects the treasury from raids. The lion protects the throne from mobs. Both protect the law from erosion. People will call you cold when you protect the treasury. They fed on it. They will call you arrogant when you protect the throne. They wanted to sit in it. They will call you rigid when you benefited from your drift. Smile once. Switch animals as required. Proceed. You want numbers because feelings lie. Track 5 every week. Switch time. Seconds between recognizing the room and choosing the animal. Fox yield. Traps revealed per meeting. Budget named, signer named, scope named. Lion yield. Decisions made per meeting. Options chosen, terms accepted, endings executed. Window integrity. Percent of protected hours kept. Aftermath leverage. Number of no outcomes converted into stronger posture. Case study shipped, offer tightened, rate raised. If switch time stays under 10 seconds and lion yield rises, your calendar will clean itself. If fox yield rises and aftermath leverage compounds, your deals will shrink in drama and grow in rate. 2 more truths you will resist. Truth 1. Your best fox work happens before anyone knows your name. It is in the questions you ask yourself about a room you haven't entered. It is in the policies you wrote when you were calm. It is in the research that tells you who actually signs. Truth 2. Your best lion work happens in the last 10 seconds. The silence after the decision, the stand, the leave, the close. Rooms remember exits more than monologues. You will be tempted to explain why you're switching mid-call. Don't. You don't owe narrative, you owe outcomes. Correct. Being easy to read is how you got priced. Correct again. Before was a meal, now is a wall. One more switch you must master. Fox in the DMs, lion on the invoice. Then lion closes late. Invoice attached. No paragraph, no performance, just gravity. You think you'll lose relationships? You will. You'll lose the ones that were renting your spine. That whisper is free marketing bought by endings. Finally, you asked if you can switch mid-sentence. Yes, but do it like a ruler, not a student. That is a blade inside velvet. They feel both. They respect the cut. This is the middle of the lesson, not the end. In the final part, we'll run the full gauntlet. Live frame fights where you switch twice in 60 seconds. The bait you must never bite and the bait you should set. And the closing command that splits the room into followers and ghosts, exactly the way your competitor does it, with a last line they can't forget and a choice they can't dodge. Watch closely. Right now, the room isn't trying to beat you with ideas. It's trying to beat you with frames, not facts, frames. They don't need to be right, they need you reactive. They don't need the truth, they need your animal at the wrong time. This is the gauntlet, where traps and teeth show up in the same minute, where you must switch twice before your pulse changes once. Hook in, because after this, you won't argue for power, you'll arrange it. Frame fight 1, the investor ambush. They smile like allies and slide a number across the table. It's low. Your old self would defend valuation with a speech. The room would grade your confidence and dock you for emotion. Not today. Silence. Let them reveal their wires. If the answers blur, the trap is paper. Now lion, clean. We accept at 1x non-participating, no multiple triggers, and board seat rotational. Otherwise, no. The decision window is Friday. No paragraphs, no apology. If they push the expires tonight clock, you end the game with gravity. Urgency doesn't change terms. Rush rate exists for work, not equity. You switched animals in 30 seconds. Map, then move. The room feels the floor tilt. No signer. They want your full process up front. Everyone nods, like kindness. The trap is costless access. If the signer is fog, lion ends it without heat. We share process after deposit. Openings are Tuesday at 2 or Thursday at 10. You don't sell your blueprint to buy their comfort. Fit is measured by outcomes, not by free process. Stand, leave. Endings educate longer than decks. Frame fight 3. The public panel. Moderator interrupts you twice. Another guest peacocks with volume. Teeth are out. Lion first. We're off topic. Answer A. If the circus returns, switch to fox for the room's memory. What is the one decision we need here? Silence. When they fumble, lion ends. Decision made. Stand. Exit. People remember exits more than monologues. Frame fight 4. The executive one-on-one. A senior leader asks for stretch responsibilities from you. No title, no comp. Lion. I'll accept the expanded scope with title and comp, or keep the current scope. If they say, be a team player, you don't bleed legacy to feed optics. My team play is outcomes. Outcomes require authority. Title and comp, or current scope. It always does. Fox. What exact change? What dependency does it touch? Lion. That's phase 2, or an add-on. Pause. Let price teach what preaching never did. Frame fight 6. The manufactured fire drill. They failed upstream. Your old self would sprint. Your new self anchors. Lion. Speed is available at the rush rate. Repeat across their panic until time obeys. Frame fight 7. The HR benchmark. They quote market rates to lowball. The trap hides in authority. Fox. Which data set? Which quartile? Lion. I'm paid at the impact tier, not the average tier. Offer at X by Friday or we pass. You are not negotiating about your existence. You are pricing it. Counter. Payment proves priority. Proof follows deposit, not precedes it. Counter. We discuss goals, constraints, budget. Bait 6. Just this once. Counter. Exceptions are priced or scheduled. Bait you should set. Set 1. The two-door choice. Choice collapses noise into truth. Set 2. The silence invoice. After a decision, 5 seconds of quiet. Let the room pay in discomfort instead of your explanations. Set 3. The gate announcement. 2 windows a week. You publish them, you live by them, everyone else learns. Set 4. The rush valve. You do have a way to move faster. It's called triple. Make it expensive enough that only real urgency survives. Set 5. The aftermath reframe. We'll close your file Friday. No chasing. Your absence teaches price. Live switch. 60 seconds, 2 animals. Watch how this plays at speed. Silence after each. Fox. What's your decision path? Lion. We start after funds clear. Stand. Leave, switch twice. Pulse steady. Micro cues when heat spikes. If you feel the surge, the old urge to hurry, to be liked, flip with breath. Lion to fox. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. Head tilt. Question with nouns, not feelings. End flat. Count 5. Fox to lion. Exhale hard once. Drop pitch 1 note. Cut sentence length in half. Verb first. Full stop. You are not faking. You are formatting your signal so the room can read your power correctly. Politics without panic. Triangulation. They route decisions around you. The group thinks. Fox. Who owns the decision? Who signs? Cancel if they persist. Lessons learned faster in quiet calendars. You don't defend in gossip rooms. You publish outcomes where truth is cheap to tell. Manufactured consensus. They gather many stakeholders to dilute your standard. Lion. One owner or I'm out. Fox. What outcome? Lion. I don't do unscoped favors. Tuesday 2 or Thursday 10. If they guilt you, do not rent your spine to buy belonging. Your warmth is a gift behind a gate, not a public utility. The metrics that don't lie. Your nervous system will call boundaries hard the first week. Data ends the debate. Track 5 each week. Switch time. Seconds to choose animal on entry. Fox yield. Traps revealed. Budget named, signer named, scope named. Lion yield. Decisions landed. Options chosen, terms accepted, meetings ended. Window integrity. Hours protected as a percent. Aftermath leverage. No events converted into more control. Case study shipped. Offer tightened, rate raised, policy added. Correct within 24 hours if any drop twice in a row. Raise rate. Close a thread. Add a clause. Book a wait list. Culture hardens quickly. Make it harden in your favor. Drills that make it bone. Drill 1, 10-second scan. Before every interaction, whisper. Traps, teeth, oxygen. Pick your animal out loud. Enter. Drill 2, Fox 5 in the mirror. Ask the 5 questions with flat endings and hold 5 seconds of silence after each. If you can't hold silence alone, you won't hold it with eyes on you. Drill 3, Lion 3 to a wall. No smile to soften it. Your throat must believe your hands. Drill 4, Ending reps. End one thing early every week. A meandering call, a scope ghost, a DM that wants your blood. Endings build legend faster than posts. Drill 5, Cold start. 5 minutes of stillness before your first word daily. Machiavelli reclaimed. They misquote him to excuse cruelty. He was writing about custody. Custody of the treasury, custody of the throne, custody of the law. Your treasury is time and terms. Your throne is mission. Your law is standard. The fox keeps raiders out of the treasury. The lion keeps mobs off the throne. Both keep weather from eroding the law. Appear approachable, be gated. Appear generous, be scheduled. Be welded to the mission. People will test what feeds them. Your no will sound like violence to those nourished by your softness. Let them relearn the price of you. The last switch. Fox in discovery, lion in decision. Fox in DMs, lion on invoices. Fox when it's about definition. Lion when it's about dominance. That is velvet with a blade inside. They feel the cut, they respect the hand. The ledger after you switch. Your calendar will breathe. Your rooms will slow when you enter. They will teach each other how to treat you because it costs them nothing to tell the truth. You are not colder, you are calibrated. You are not cruel, you are clear. Remember the creed that holds you at heat. I control access, not outcomes. I enforce standards, not feelings. I select. You want it to be unforgettable. First, become unreadable to manipulators. Then, become undeniable to yourself. Final command. Like this video if you're done roaring at traps and scheming at wolves. Subscribe if you're ready to switch on demand. Fox when there are wires, lion when there are teeth, so no room can price you again. Because this isn't self-help, this is war.